Hey Dharma Circle, Swati here, the Embodied Dharma Coach with some Moon Day inspiration for you. So how do you know if you are being soul avoidant? And what is soul avoidance? I want to help you identify if you are experiencing any soul avoidant behavior, which is also considered adharma. Adharma is a Sanskrit word that means that which goes against Dharma, that which does not support or enliven Dharma in your life, in your body, and on your path. So that which goes against your Dharma is also that which goes against the light of your soul and your own inner power. So anything that is disconnecting you from your own power source. Remember that this power that you embody is supporting all the types of expression, visibility, voice, and being more visible in this body and this life. So most of the struggles on the Dharmic path have everything to do with some resistance to your own power. And this is about resisting the light of your soul, your power source. When we look at the Jyotish chart, the sun is the expression of your inner power and how power expresses itself through you and your body. The moon is going to show you how is this power nourished and supported. And is it nourished and supported? What are the ways that your power is actually supported and strengthened? Because that's going to determine your success. You could have all the power that nature can offer, but if that is not nurtured and supported, then it won't be able to sustain itself. So I want to help you identify places of soul avoidant behavior, because this is where you're not showing up for your power and the light of your soul, and this is going to impact your spiritual and material success. That is your Dharmic path. Your Dharmic path is both spiritual and material success. And so we can identify, challenges both spiritually and materially to identify where the soul avoidant behavior is actually rooted. But here are some signs. If you're confused or you still have the story of, I don't know what my Dharma is, I don't know what my gifts are, any sort of confusion about your path is actually a sign of soul avoidance and adharma. And it's a reminder that there's a disconnection with your power. Because if you were truly connected to your power and there wasn't resistance to your power, then you would be taking clear, focused action steps. So be mindful of that story. I'm not clear, because that keeps you stuck and in avoidant patterns. I don't have to show up if I'm stuck. The second way to identify adharma and soul avoidant behavior is through thought patterns that keep you stuck. So I can't do it because, there are excuses, there are seemingly legitimate stories that are actually about your disempowerment. There's some story of I feel powerless to change this on some level. So we really want to be mindful of victim behavior and victim mentality. These are indications of resistance to your power. Any behavior or choice that sabotages your alignment with your soul's purpose. So these are toxic mental, emotional, spiritual, physical patterns and behaviors. They shadow your inner wisdom and your truth. And it will show up as self-doubt, a refusal or a resistance to being in power and in your power, right relationship with your power. A lack of right action taking. So you might be taking a lot of action steps, but they're not leading to the results that you want. And this is a tactic of soul avoidance. I'm showing up, I'm taking steps, but nothing's working. And so we have to be mindful that right action is really what we're talking about when it comes to the Dharmic path and the light of your soul. Avoidant behaviors are going to they're going to show up in sabotage behavior. So when we don't show up consistently, just a reminder, that is soul avoidant behavior, and it's a sabotage on some level. The next step that I want to invite you to notice, if there's soul avoidance or any adharma showing up on your path and in your body. And this is about spiritual bypassing and avoiding your grief work. So watch for stories like it was meant to be or everything happens for a reason. This is a clear indication of spiritual bypassing. Everything doesn't happen for a reason, and not everything is meant to be. We make the meaning, we find the meaning, and we transform our darkness into the meaning and find our way by showing up for the grief and doing the grief work. If you have a tendency to go into these bypassing behaviors and blind faith, trust, handing it off to some outer authority or a power source outside of your own body, this is a reminder to you that that is going to be a disempowering tactic for your Dharmic path, and that is adharma. A reminder that your Dharmic path requires that you are deeply rooted in your own body wisdom and deeply connected to the wisdom of your own body. Anytime you are outsourcing your power to an outer authority, we are not in right relationship with Dharma, and that is adharma. So we must be willing to face our grief, our challenges, our shadow, do the grief work, transform the challenge into your solution, your trust, your resourcing. And the grief is the compost. So do your compost work. Okay, the next step I want you to be aware of is getting stuck in cycles of failure and challenge and hardship. The change isn't happening, the transformations aren't coming. You're just in these cycles repeatedly of it's not working, I'm not getting the results I want. There is constant struggle, and this is not Dharma. Dharma is actually the easiest thing you will ever do. If we're truly in right relationship with our soul, Dharma is easy. So if you are struggling and failing and having loss after loss after loss, and challenges and hardships and sabotage and cycles that just seem to get you nowhere, adharma, not in right relationship with your power or the light of your soul. So we need to really lean in and honor where is this absolute refusal to be in your power, and that there's some mistrust on some level with your own inner power. So we've got to do the grief work and clear out the pipes. The next sign is about a lack of joy and pleasure, passion, enthusiasm, a solid malnourishment with your offerings and life and the way that you make your money. And if you're not nourished, this is adharma. Nourishment and the nourishment of your soul, your deep nourishment, that is Dharma. And so if you're not feeling nourished, we need to get curious about where this resistance to your nourishment is and why you are consistently resisting nourishment, pleasure, joy, creativity, passion. You should be thriving, and Dharma supports your thriving. So we have to question this life is hard and it's brutal, because that is actually adharma. The next sign is the disconnection from your ancestors and spirit. There is no Dharma without the ancestors. The ancestors hand you your Dharma through the gifts of the lineage, and just epigenetically, they hand us our body wisdom and the gifts that we embody, these are ancestral for the most part. And so if you are unclear about your path and your purpose, you're unclear about your gifts and what you are here to share as a bright light, then there's a disconnection with the ancestors. And this is actually Adharma, and I see this constantly with women that show up to work with me. And once we clear that and awaken the channels of receiving from the ancestors, things get a lot easier. So just a reminder that you need the ancestors. And you also need guidance and support. So Dharma is never meant to be done alone. It's always traditionally been done with a guru, a guide, or a teacher. And so if you find yourself in the story of, I'm going to do it alone, I'll just keep doing it alone, I don't have the support that I need, but I'm just going to keep trying to figure it out on my own, Adharma. That is a clear indication that you are resisting your success. We do not succeed alone, and Dharma particularly needs spiritual guidance and support, and you need to be walking with someone who knows the way and can keep you connected and rooted to your own knowing. So be mindful of that story of, I'm just going to do it alone, or I can't afford to get support. You must make the commitment to your Dharma and your success, and the resources will be provided. The support will be possible, but the commitment comes first. My favorite tool for supporting clarity on the Dharmic path and supporting the light of the soul, Jyotish, Vedic astrology. It has always traditionally been used for Dharma and Dharma only. And Jyotish is unique in that. This is a very ancient tool that the Vedic rishis and the Jyotishis used, and they knew that it was about keeping the soul connected to the purpose of this life, the Dharma of the duty of this soul for this lifetime, and making sure that this soul doesn't forget why they came, because we know that it's very easy to forget, to lose your way, and to feel like you're just feeling around in the darkness looking for the light switch. And so Jyotish is such a powerful resource for bringing light to the soul and supporting awakening, clarity, focus, and trust on the path. And it's why I use Jyotish with my Dharma mentorship clients. And we use it as a way to stay connected to the truth and the light of our soul. And so we don't lose our way. When you join the Soul Circle membership, you get access to Jyotish resources and monthly Jyotish classes. This month, I'm sharing a soul avoidant Jyotish class, so you can identify where is this soul avoidance, this adharma, located in your Jyotish chart. Where are you resisting the light of your soul, your own power source? And what do you need to do to overcome this resistance to your power and your success, both materially and spiritually? I want to personally invite you to join us for my Jyotish master classes in the Soul Circle membership, and I'll put a link above this video so that you can jump right in. I'll see you there, and I'll look forward to coming back into our group next week and giving you some more resources for identifying the power of your soul and strengthening this inner light. Bye for now.